I sincerely appreciate Pastor Terwilla's book, The Doctrine of the Lesser Magistrate. I was privileged to meet him and his wife here in Montana some years ago. I got the book at the time, listened to his talk. I've read the book and I recommend it to Christians. I think it's fundamental, not only from a biblical perspective regarding authority, but for Americans, American patriots, from a constitutional perspective. My experience in the legislature, I was in the Montana legislature for 4 terms, is there is a resistance to these ideas of interposition, as valid as they are, because there's what I call a divine right of kings presupposition. They're conditioned to think that, well, we can't oppose, and I'm talking average legislators, we can't oppose U.S. Supreme Court rulings. We can't resist Congress. This is legitimate authority, and we don't want to be rebellious or seditious or whatever. They go to that point. The trap, of course, is the money tied to this presupposition of divine right of kings, and that, it's not our obligation to determine the Constitution. And I recall many times this absurdity, pointing out to legislators this absurdity that by the Constitution itself, they are required to take an oath to uphold the Constitution. And yet they acquiesce defining that oath for themselves to whatever the courts say it is. This assumption, it assumes that my oath of office is in vain and simply a perfunctory act that I perform, because I'm not qualified to determine what my oath means, what the Constitution means. I have to concede to the higher magistrate, i.e. the Supreme Court. And that impacted many legislators, in my experience, in voting for bills that, in order to maintain their oath and their state sovereignty, they would have voted for, but they couldn't comprehend any kind of a duty, let alone a right, to challenge a court ruling or federal money